Right. So, first things first, let's get this can open. Oh, got a right spot on my head. Hello. Hello, no bro. How are you? What am I doing? Hey, Danny. How are we? I'm just trying to find the website so I can start talking junk. There we go. Oh, well, we've all seen it by now. I think it's been posted in enough discords, etc., that there is some big news come on from the Alpha Clash universe today. Might just give it 5-10 minutes of just me waffling rubbish before we get into it, see if anybody else comes and joins in. We're good. I think, Danny, we're all pretty excited about what's been announced today. I'm just looking at the artwork for the comic book right now, and it looks pretty mega, in all honesty. But yeah, we've had a team building exercise today when this has been announced, because Dan may or may not have found out some stuff and was being very cagey with it, not telling me and Liam. And it was the whole Tropic Thunder was supposed to be a unit, while Dan says suck my unit sort of thing. But now we're all good. We're all good. I mean, obviously there's a lot to talk about. All of it good news. All of it good news. Yesterday I sat and did a first draft of my Awakening deck. Something no one's seen before, so I'm interested to see how that goes down. But yeah, what about you? How was you went to Sherwood Forest, I believe it was you said you were going to. How did you enjoy that? Hope it went well. No, we're doing good. We're doing good. The stream is nice. Yeah. I'm getting it. I haven't read the article fully. I had a flick through it because I saw it come up. There was a couple of very key points that we are massively going to go over. But do you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Let me get my Zoom, etc. sorted, so I can make sure it looks good for you. I need to remember how to do studio mode on this. No, it's not that one. Is it that one? Preview scene. There we go. Yeah, that's the right one. That is the right one. Remembering how to stream after not really doing it for a long time. So I think the idea I'm going to go with is we're going to read through the article and just have some thoughts and see what people think about it. All right, let's see. If I now press that button, boom. Yeah, there we go. Professional at work here. So we know the basis. They're launching the new comic book series. There's a few little tidbits in here that some people may have missed, may not have missed. Either way, it's very exciting in the world of Alpha Clash. And I think card games in general, personally. Getting looked at like I'm a... Yeah, My wife's yawning because she's so supportive of my ventures, aren't you, dear? No, I'm serious. I'm deadly serious. You are very supportive of my ventures. You shouldn't. I'm just good idea. No, it does just catches you as you walk out, but it's fine. Yeah. So generically in the world of Alpha Clash and I think in general TCG world, I think they've got a lot they can learn about this. My personal opinion. Again, I'm not a seasoned TCG player. I've been involved for a few years. This is my first real big deep dive into anything other than casual play. And as we discussed in the last stream, like everything about Alpha Clash works for me. So we're good. So let's get into the nitty gritty good stuff. Alpha Clash comic book series launches, where lore, cards, and fun competition collide. Now, there's a big emphasis with Rising Empire and having fun with their tournaments. This is something that's been a bit of a topic of discussion at Clash and Teacups the last few days or so in regards to the upcoming Awakening. Awakening's a tier 1 event. Like I say, I'm not going to go over all that stuff again, but it's the focus on fun, getting new people playing and getting them to have a good time, which is what, I mean, personally, that I really like that. I remember going to my first Pokemon event and it was very, I don't want to say unfriendly because it wasn't. There were some very friendly people there and everybody was really nice when you got to talk to them. But I think the level of competition made it so everybody was so hardcore into it. It kind of lost that. How are we doing, Gravecrawler? It kind of lost that community spark, I think. I mean, that's just my personal take on it. And I know my thoughts on Alpha Clash and Clash and Teacups in particular is things we're doing is we are trying to get a big focus on community rather than it's all about us, if that makes sense. So there's case in point, Gravecrawler. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the message I sent you on Discord. The berating cards you were after, I did have them right next to me, but they seem to have disappeared. They'll have gone somewhere. I have them ready for you to let me know where to send them, and then they're yours. But yeah, big focuses on community, helping everybody out, getting this game out there, talking to people. I met Danny recently. What day was it, Danny? Sunday? I think it was Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, whichever day it was. I met Danny. Great guy, nice and friendly. I might have looked a bit. Right, so I'll message you after this, Gravecrawler. I've got them. They're ready to go. You just literally need to DM me your address, mate, and I'll get them sent off to you. I might have looked a bit shell shocked at first because I kind of just had it was a bit of a weird, humbling moment. I'll call it a humbling moment, yeah, because it was nice. As far as I was concerned, a random dude came up, like, Rich? I'm like, huh? Do I know you? Oh, it's Danny. Oh, shit. Oh, wow, no, brilliant. Nice to meet you, man. Clicked straight away. Hi, Tara. Thank you for joining. How are you? Not seen you in a few days. Yeah, and as I said, it was like, shook hands, we had a chat. We had a chat when I finished teaching. And I think you managed to blag yourself. Blag's the wrong word. You got yourself was it a Genesis contender, I believe, and maybe someone else from the community box we had at Teacups. So yeah, that's what we want to be. And you even offered me money for them. I think I said to you, if you got it from that box, they're yours. The only thing we have in that case is don't take the mick with it. That's our. I think Liam will agree. That's our motto with that. It's there for people to use to build their decks to get involved with this game. Don't be that guy that comes in and takes all the good stuff. But low level cards, etc., as there's a post on the Discord you've all probably seen, we're more than happy to help you with. So yeah, fun competition collide. That's where that led off from. Fun competition collide, the awakening. We want it to be fun. We want people to go, damn, I had a good time at the Leaky Teacup for that awakening. When's the next one? Oh, it's in October. I'm going to sign up now. Or, okay, I can't sign up now. I'm going to put my name, I'm going to pencil my name in. I want to be there. That's the kind of vibe we want going. And that is echoed by Rising Empire. It's actually in their rules. If you read the tournament rules, the tier 1 events are a focus on not hand holding, but helping people through their first, potentially their first ever TCG tournament. If someone wouldn't mind replying, I've just had a Discord message. I might no, because if I do that, then it'll take that up. Excellent streamer. Yeah, the whole point is to get people involved and start getting the word out, and then you get to tier 2, and then that's where you start getting a bit more intense, and people should know more about what they're doing. Like, you can forgive little bits here and there at an awakening, because the idea is it's new players. And as I said, with a Pokemon tournament, they're, let's call it tier 1. They don't call it tier 1, but from what I understand, it was basically, it didn't feel like that. The guys I met and girls, thank you, Gravecrawler. And yes, thank you, Danny. Yeah, the community we've built and we are trying to build. That's what we want it all to be about. Is it's community focused, very, very community focused. And the bigger we get, we hope it doesn't get lost in that translation of being big. Aaron, nice to see you. Here's the man. It's all the know-how. Aaron is the owner of Leaky Teacup, if you don't know. So, but yeah, that's what it's all about. It's getting that fun into the game and having a good time. And yes, if you have a good time and you want to get further in and you want to start competing for money, there you go, sorted it. If you want to start competing for money, as we discussed in the last stream, there's prize money. Tier 2 is where that sort starts going up, and you will get a bit less leeway in terms of, I don't know, that rule or whatever. But the awakening is fun. First and foremost, fun. And fun competition collide. So, for Alpha Clash story isn't an afterthought, it is the starting point. Yes, the story, yes, it is massively exciting news. Absolutely. We haven't I mean, I think probably people have seen the cards now, and the comic cover, which I think is amazing. We're just going to have a little brief flick through because we need to get some content out there. We want to be on the pulse of this, on the pulse, and yeah, we're on the pulse of this. Nearly said so much, shouldn't then. Cosmic Conquest 8-issue story arc. So, see, this is the man. This is the man we talk to. Super excited for the comic. Need the new last one on the graphic novel. The graphic novel, Gravecrawler, if you find it on anywhere, tell me where you get it, because I can't for the life of me. You can get the novel on Amazon. That's where I got mine. Whether you still can, I can't 100% say, but you could. The graphic novel, the only place I've seen it is eBay for large amounts of money, and that annoys me because I want it. So yeah, right, back to the topic at hand. Proud to announce the launch of the next Alpha Clash comic book. So, if you've read Talk Therapy, it focuses on the story, the novel. It's essentially one of the characters going to therapy, and that's all I'm going to say. If you haven't read it, it's good. I haven't read Kids Being Kids yet because I started reading it and brilliant. But there was story spoilers in there, so I stopped reading it immediately and I'm finishing the novel. So, but that will be what happens with that post-novel content, exactly. But that's what they're doing. They're going from this 8-issue story arc is an amazing story all on its own, but also offers a bold leap forward in what it means to be an indie trading card game. We've embraced a top-down design philosophy. We start with the story first, worlds, characters, and arcs that not only live on the page, but directly shape how the trading card game plays. It's not inspiration, it's integration. The comics lay the foundation, write down, and we write with key moments, powers, and personalities in mind. Those then make their way into the TCG. Our team takes those stories and builds cards around them, names, mechanics, and art, all rooted in the lore. It's a streamlined, narrative-first model that makes for tighter sets, more meaningful characters, and an immersive experience for players. So, yeah, it's not cheap at all. I did also manage to get Talk Therapy on eBay from a place somewhere in, I believe, Cornwall is where I ended up getting it from. I can't remember the life of me the name of the seller, but that's where I did get it from. And yeah, the graphic novel only seems to be somewhere in the States, and it might be cheap, but then they want like 40 quid for postage, and you're like taking a mick, mate, but no. So as it says there, they are using the names, mechanics, and art all rooted in the lore. So looking at the cards, especially I think from set 1, you will see a lot of spoilers for the book. And you don't realise they're spoilers until you start reading the book, and the book introduces the characters, etc. And then you realise, oh, that's where I've seen that. Oh, that's that. Oh, right, okay, I can see where that's going. So I also noticed something today myself. I don't know if anybody's seen the Instagram post with the 2 alpha rares. Yeah, I got both. Yeah, got both. Paid for one, pulled the other. But they side together and they form a picture that something in my brain suddenly went click, and I figured out what it was and what it means. I won't go into it because, again, spoilers. So the synergy is front and center with this launch, and we're only getting started. Ready for your first look, unveiling the cover that launches the Alpha Clash saga into a whole new universe. I think, in fact, to be fair, Liam, what we were discussing earlier, if we'd have actually sat and read that, that would have made more sense, I think. Little tidbit there. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can actually see that, because it is epic. Look at this. Entropy's orders. So we have got Clarity and Entropy, who we believe is the new progenitor. So where's card game? Yeah, hopefully they'll use that creative freedom that gives it and makes it look good. Like this, I mean, my personal opinion, this picture could be both a card and or a comic book. We can see it's a card. We can see it's a comic book, a poster. 100% agree with a poster. I have a poster underneath here. It was supposed to be used for background in teacup videos, but I keep forgetting to take it, and it is an epic poster, and the guys that have seen it will completely agree. But yes, that would look amazing on a poster, a t-shirt, I mean, whatever. I think someone mentioned earlier he's got this Cosmic Joker vibe about him, Entropy. Fully agree with. Yes, I still need to watch that. I really should have watched it first, but you know, I had to discuss things about house moves and stuff, so priorities. But yeah, you've got, so we know that it's prequel content. So it happens before the events of Alpha Clash, The Awakening. We might have something for the shop on the way, for the wall. I feel like I should know what that is, and I'm pretty sure I've been told, but I'm not going to say anything just in case you don't want it out there. So let's zoom back in because we'll scroll back down. But yeah, that looks awesome. The color scheme, everything looks, and this guy looks crazy as. Cosmic Joker works out really well. So how to get the comic? This is what we all want to know. We've built global rollout to make sure players and collectors worldwide can join the story from day one. So that is good because obviously being here, send all Clash cards to Oblivion. That would be nice, kind of like the new Here Comes the Boom, something like that. Yeah. Don't know enough about Entropy, but that could work, I guess. We could see. We will see. So the fact that they are trying to get everybody worldwide from day one is a big one for me because I've joined Alpha Clash late. I think they were 2 years or so into their release schedule by the time I joined in. Liam's been in it a bit earlier, fair bit earlier, and Aaron, I think, has been on the, or Leaky Teacup has been on the radar for a bit longer than that. Because I know for a fact there was at least 2 months where he was trying to tell me about Alpha Clash and I was ignoring him. And I really regret doing that now, but it is what it is. First issue was stated for early release in September, with each subsequent issue launching every 1 to 2 months after. So I'm going to skip over the US bit. However, I won't skip over this bit. The first Alpha Clash card, straight from the pages of Cosmic Conquest, available exclusively from Covenant, which is really annoying. Warstream. Ooh, can we borrow it? Ooh. Ooh, I like that idea. This is cool. Shadowblade, the Cybernetic Assassin. So this looks like it's being taken straight out of the comic book, because you've obviously got the speech bubbles. So Liam pointed out earlier, we have this symbol here. We don't know what it is. We are headcanoning it might be some other progenitor that we don't know about, or maybe progenitor faction, potentially. Like Harbingers, but their other version. But she is an Alpha Hunter. So, Shadowblade Mecha Dralia. Attention to all the details. What else have we got to see here? All the details. Cybernetic Assassin. Trying to think what else you could mean by all the details. We've got a 3-cost blue. Trigger challenge. You may remove a bounty counter from a clash card you don't control. If you do, you may deal X damage to target card, where X is the specific resource of the card. So she works in a similar vein to Lyn. I may be able to help the past graphic novel and comics too. If you can get hold of that graphic novel, AJ, I will bite your hand off. It's got a hole in my shelf looking for it, begging to be filled. Begging. Trigger challenge. Bounty counter from a clash card you don't control. So that sounds, I don't know massive about Lyn, but I know she uses bounty counters. So is this an alternate version of Lyn? Or is it where Lyn comes from? Interesting. But yeah, the card art's sick. Oh, what's this here? There's another thing there I've just noticed. Is that part of the artwork, or is that something separate? Who knows? Who knows? Mike Kumar, Steve Cannon, Quinn Johnson. Yeah, see, Lyn's from Earth, but they don't specify how she came about, because she's like an AI, isn't she? and I know that I've just gone past that bit where, like, I'm not going to go too much into it, but yeah, I've just gone past that bit where they kind of give that explanation about where she's from and who she is. And it wasn't, like, massively clear. But, right, we need to carry on. So, right, Asia, they're doing very similar. They're getting the comic and another 4 sets of exclusive promo alt cards revealed to be seen. Is that the Team Covenant logo, is it? Ah, thank you. That makes perfect sense, actually, because that's a Covenant exclusive. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Good shot, great caller. Here we go. Here's the good stuff that we're all here for. United Kingdom, we are linking up with the Leaky Teacup. There it is. Bring the same $20 bundle, so 18-ish pounds, or you just, I don't know, whatever AJ puts it out at. That'll be decided between him and Rising Empire. I don't have any call on that. Our first major story-focused launch in this region as well. We're thrilled to work alongside a retailer as passionate about community and narrative as we are. The European Alpha Clash scene is growing, and this is the beginning. And yet, that's exactly it. We like to think we're having the quite a big effect of the, simply because the card is cybernetic and they may possibly hunt alphas on their home planet similar to the Earth. Yeah, okay, that can make sense. Yeah, I like that. That's a good theory. European Alpha Clash growing scene. Yeah, I think personally we are helping that at the very least. And if we're not, we want to be. But yeah, we're going to also get a comic. The comic, sorry, it's not a different comic, but it's a different 4 set of exclusive alternate art promo cards unique to Europe. So that means there is 3 different sets of exclusive alternate art promo cards. States, Asia, Europe. That's big for collectors, so not good for me. We're actively in discussion with key partners around the world to see how expanding this offer to get more countries and regions as well. So I've noticed a lot in the Discord recently. We've got Mexico, Brazil. There was a couple of others from Europe recently as well have poked their nose in and are intrigued by this. So the more the merrier. We are also, I think Dan put out a message on our Discord earlier. If you are looking for specific cards, we are doing another order in the future, near future. So if there's anything in particular you want, I think specifically from like the earlier sets, I would imagine, and like rares, epics, etc. That's, get in touch with us, put it on the Discord, and we'll do what we can to get you sorted. Again, Toy Shogun is also very good. The guys over there in the Philippines are brilliant. This is what I like. So there will be no European names in there yet. Stay tuned for the next series of comics, because I think we should have by then. I mean, if League of Team doesn't get at least a mention, jeez, come on. The first issue, very familiar name in the community. Cameos of them in the comic. Cameos of players of the game in the comic. I mean, that's cool. That's just straight up good stuff from them to keep their... They've kept under wraps. I don't think they knew... I don't think they knew, but they were aware that it might happen. So the fact that, so I believe it's my suspicion is that people are going to be like Jacob Snodgrass and a couple of the others that were at the event in Vegas. I believe they're the guys that have been put into the comic, and like, that's amazing. Thank you very much. Very kind of you, dear. I've just been brought a tea by my loving wife. My very loving and puts up with a lot of my shit wife. Not just fans, part of the... So yeah, they're literally immortalised in the comic book because they play a card game. And yes, we all know there's prize money, etc. But I mean, to me, if you are told, "Oh, I can be in a comic book because I've won," and still get some money for it, and whatever else it is they give you for winning, how cool is that? Because what other card game has that as a reward? I mean, do you see Pokemon putting their top level players in the anime? No. I mean, yeah, granted there isn't an anime for Alpha Clash yet. Who knows where it could go? I know that was one of the stretch goals for, I believe, the latest Kickstarter. So it could very well happen in the future. Who knows? But that's what I mean. You don't see it from anywhere else. What's another big card? Yeah, exactly. Can you see Disney putting a player that won their world championship in a movie? I mean, it's insane. It's a hell of a reward. I didn't know Magic did. See, I don't know absolutely naff all about Magic, other than it's extremely big. And as you say, it's a huge company that's got a lot of resources. So this is just the beginning. Future comic issues will continue to blur the lines between game and narrative. Possible tournament moments, store locations, standout personalities finding their way into canon. That bit there. Standout personalities finding their way into canon. Here's hoping that at some point Clashing Teacups features in a comic book. That would be pretty damn cool. Like, or even just a mention in a book. Like, who knows what it could be. But yeah, and then from there they've got a lot more about the discussion with Covenant, and where they went. I need to watch this. If you haven't, I believe there's a lot of decent information in it, and like I say, this is just a little brief video that we can have a chat about and just see how cool it is of what they're doing. Let's just, I don't know what to do now here. Well, that's something we could talk about, to be fair, because they have the not first, but it is it Tier 3 event is happening, I believe, this weekend in Des Moines and Quezon City, maybe. There's one in Philippines and there's one in the States. The States one's definitely Des Moines. I know I will be keeping an eye on it to see what is doing well, what doesn't particularly go well. I'd like to see if anybody plays a Pestilence. Be interested to see what they do. And if it's worthwhile maybe going Pestilence on my Awakening games. But at the moment, I've got something different that no one's played. I know Liam was potentially thinking about doing a fresh deck for Awakening. Don't know whether or not Dan will. Dan wants to win. But yeah. But yeah, we're really looking forward to it, all of us, and we're really hoping that we get a good turnout. We're anticipating 15 to 20, which is a really good number, I think, for the first event. And we're just going to see it. Plus, those cards are awesome. And as we discussed today, they are part of your game. You don't need them in your deck. We'll go through a bit more about the Awakening. What we'll do is we'll put a video out as a team. I won't do it on live stream. We'll do it as a video as a team, discussing how things are going to go and probably run on the day. Like little nitty bitty gritty rules that you may or may not need to know if you're planning to come down. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to leave it there for now. But yeah, was massively excited for where this could go. Who knows where it could go? And you never know. You might see one of us in a comic book at some point. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, we've got our local store on a card, which is damn cool. And yeah, so who knows where it could go. But right, I massively appreciate everybody coming to join in and having a chat. We will try and get a video filmed soon-ish. But at the very least, we should have a gameplay video this week again. I think will be the best. Dead body in the background. Dead body? Where are you looking? Is this dead body? What can you see that I can't? I completely lost my train of thought then. Yeah, at the very least, you'll get a gameplay video. I'll try and get a Liam Dan game because I think Dan's available a bit earlier this week. That'd be quite good because we haven't seen Liam versus Dan. We've had me versus Dan and me versus Liam. So, oh right, sorry, I completely misunderstood. I thought you said like I had a dead body in the background. I was like, what? I've got a green screen on. But yeah, I mean, I'd take that. One of us is a dead body in the background. Like some chaff that gets beaten up by an alpha or something. I don't know, thrown against the... Aha! Oh, we might have the big man himself playing tomorrow. We will see. But yeah, until the next video, again, as always, we always appreciate everybody. And thank you for coming. And we'll see you soon. Bye. Keep clashing. Keep clashing. Stop streaming.